Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
It is the Stock Movers. With all that's going on, we can't forget there are individual stocks into a rising tape right now. Futures up 7. It is a podcast, Stock Movers. Please look for that. And here's Lisa Mateo with this morning's Stock Movers.
All right, we want to start with Northern Trust. That's ticker NTRS. Their shares have been up as much as 5%. The reason why, well, there's this Wall Street Journal report that the Bank of New York Mellon has approached Northern Trust about a possible merger, and this would bring together, two of the largest custodian banks in the world. It's also going to help it compete with global asset managers like BlackRock and Vanguard. So if you want the specifics, Northern Trust, it had a market value more than $21 billion at Friday's close. BNY's above $65 billion. And BNY, they're in the middle of this overhaul. They're looking to cut their costs, kind of streamline the company. And they're saying a merger with Northern Trust could help cut Northern Trust expenses by about 20 to 30%. But the real question is, if this were to go through, could it get approval under the Trump administration? So those are the questions that a lot of people are asking right now.
See, Paul mentioned that earlier, mating, I guess, of New York and Chicago. What else do you have?
Sure. A lot of stocks affected by the news flow after, the U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear sites. So I want to start with airline stocks. They're edging a bit lower, like American Airlines, ticker AAL, United, ticker UAL. They're both down about 1% before the bell. And even before the U.S. strikes, you had several American European airlines kind of pausing flights to the United Arab Emirates, also to Qatar. But after the strikes, you have British Airways, Singapore Airlines canceling flights to the Persian Gulf. So you have IAG down about 1% in London, Singapore Airlines down about 1%. Then, of course, you have to also look at energy stocks showing modest gains. You look at Brent, it initially surged as much as 5.7% to just over $81 a barrel. Right now, it's pulling back. It's down about 0.2%, $76 a barrel. But we look at Exxon, ticker XOM, up nearly 2%. Chevron up about 1.5%, and Occidental Petroleum, they've been up as much as 2%. And I want to take you to Hims and Hers because these shares, ticker HIMS, down as much as 23%. The reason why? Well, Novo Nordisk apparently ending its recently formed obesity drug partnership with the company. If you remember back in April, they teamed up. They offered Wegovy at this discounted price to people on the Hims and Hers platform. So Novo said they're concerned about sales of compounded drugs, misleading marketing. They say that puts a patient's safety at risk. So that's why Novo is pulling out. But it's really a big setback for Novo because they counted on the partnership. They wanted to expand their access in the U.S. And this is where they're kind of losing ground to Eli Lilly. So that would have been, a big help for them.
So everybody's still piling on this? Everybody's still doing
the weight loss drugs?
The weight loss thing?
They're going to get even better, I think.
Can we Lisa's incredibly, we make jokes about it, but she's just amazingly cut. You're not doing this, right?
No, but I do it like my sister, friends, like a lot of people are doing it. And then you had, the heart effects too, the improvements for heart health.
It seems like it cures everything. Every day I hear something.
You hear a new study,
yeah.
Correct.
Come on. But again, when they're going to make it better and better, and they'll have an oral thing, and when you don't have to do the shots, that's open up a whole new market.
Yes.
And they're going to reduce the side effects. It's just going to get better and better.
Do you have one more, or are you done?
I do. I'll go for one more. Pfizer, their shares are up about 3% in pre-market. It's a fintech company. So the Wall Street Journal is saying that they plan to launch a stablecoin platform for their clients. I know how you love talking about stablecoin and all that, Tom, so I just had to throw that in there for you.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.